many shaves can I get from a new Phoenix soap? Let's check it out. Hey everybody, welcome back to a different kind of video where I'm going to attempt to find out how many shaves that I can get from a brand new tin or tub of this Phoenix soap. And now this is a 4-ounce soap from Phoenix, and as you can see, it is brand new. It has not been used, never lathered on, anything like that. So I've always kind of been curious about this. I've heard people talk about it, but I finally thought of a way that I might be able to figure it out without actually waiting 10 years for me to use up one of these soaps. So what happened is I had this soap and I contacted Douglas Smythe and I asked him, how much does your plastic tub weigh without any soap or any lid on it? So he wrote me back and said that the tub itself weighs 1.95 ounces. So what I attempted to do, now I know it's supposed to be 4 ounces of actual soap in there, but I wanted to find out exactly how much soap was in this to start off to make the experiment a little bit more accurate. So what I did is I put this soap on the scale, and I found out that without the lid and the soap, it actually weighed 6 ounces. So if I took that 6 ounces, which is also 170 grams, just in case you were wondering, that'll we might have to use grams to measure the soap usage. And so what that told me is that if I take away the 1.95 ounces from the 6 total ounces, that will leave me with the amount of soap that is in this tub, which is 4.05 ounces. So you buy a 4-ounce tub of soap, I got exactly 4.05 ounces of soap. So, and also what Douglas told me is that they actually pour in 4.25 ounces because what happens is as the soap dries or it cures, some water evaporates out of it, which will actually lighten it up a bit. So they want to make sure that it does get to 4 ounces, and this soap did. So and by the way, 4 ounces of soap is roughly 115 grams. That may be important for the experiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few common brushes, and I'm actually right now going to do 5 lathers with different types of brushes that I might use in my rotation. And my goal for that is to find out, after those 5 shaves, kind of what an average load takes from the soap. With that information, then I'll be able to calculate how long a soap will last or how many shaves it will last. So for my brushes today, just so you can see, I am using a Envy Shave White Badger hair brush. I am using a Zen Shaves horsehair brush, a Samog boar brush, a RazoRock synthetic Plisson type brush, and finally, a Simpson's Chubby 2 Badger brush. So I figured I kind of got a wide range of brush types here, so that'll really give me a good average of the usage a soap might go for its lifetime. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this soap wet, because I always do start off a soap wet before I lather it. Okay, I did wet up the soap, and I'm just going to not go in any particular order, and just do what I would consider a normal lather. Typically, it's about 20 seconds. I'm just going to go until I see a good amount of soap in the brush, what I would use for a normal shave. So, here we go, lather 1. Okay, lather 1, as you can see, what I'm looking for is a pastiness in these bristles. That is more than enough soap that I would need for 1 lather, but that's about what I do. So, there's that brush. Next up, this is going to be the RazoRock synthetic, and lather number 2. Here we are, lather number 2 in the synthetic brush. Now I think typically a synthetic, for me, I think takes a little less soap, but as you can see, there's still a ton in there. So we've got 2 of our brushes lathered up. Let's go with brush number 3, and that is going to be a Zen Shaves horsehair brush, one that I don't use nearly often enough, but here we go. Lather number 3, hairs filled with lather. Now I'm not trying to be a soap miser. I could probably do a 10-second load with each of these and get great results, but I'm trying to mimic what I would typically do, and that's roughly about 20 seconds until I'm getting what I'm looking for. All right, and so that's 3 of them down. Number 4, Smog Boar Bristle Brush, and let's lather it up. Lather number 4, there we go. Very pasty in those bristles, plenty to give me a shave. And last but not least, the biggest lather hog in my den, and that is going to be the Simpson Chubby 2. Let's get it loaded. Alright, there it is. So I have taken all 5 of these brushes, the Chubby 2, the Smog Boar, the Zen Shaves Horsehair, the Envy Shaves Illuminati, White Mountain Badger, and the Synthetic, and they are all full of lather. And as we can see with my soap, there is definitely some wear on the soap. But how much of it did we use? I'm not exactly sure. We will find out. So the process from here is going to be, I'm going to let this soap dry overnight for 24 hours like I would normally do to get out some of that extra moisture that's just sitting in there. And then once again, I will weigh out this soap, and then we'll be able to find an average load for these and do the rest of our calculations. So let's go to tomorrow. 24 hours has passed and the soap is now dry. Just to quickly recap, we had an original weight of 6 total ounces, with 1.95 of the ounces being the weight of the empty tub, which meant that there was 4.05 ounces of soap. I did 5 lathers with 5 different brushes so that I could find out an average load, and the results are, after weighing the soap again, I now have 5.61 ounces, which is 159 grams. So that means that in those 5 lathers, I used 0.39 ounces of soap, which is actually 11 grams. So now what I did is I took that 11 grams and I divided it by the 5 lathers that I did, which told me that each lather of the soap for me uses 2.2 grams of soap. Okay, 2.2 grams of soap per lather, and now that is an average. So what I've then done is taken that 2.2 and divided it by the 115, which was the total weight of just the soap. Okay, so there was 170 grams of total weight. 115 of that was soap. So 115 divided by 2.2, that told me that this soap from start to finish would last me 52 shaves. 52.2 to be exact, but you're not going to have 0.2 of a shave. So 52 shaves. So pretty cool there. Now, how long that's going to last you is going to depend on how often you shave. For me, I shave 6 days a week, so this would last me about 8 weeks, almost 9 weeks of shaving with this soap. Now, I can take it one step further, and we can talk about the cost per shave. So what I do there is I take my 52 shaves that I'm going to get out of this soap, and I divide it by the $14.95 that the soap costs, and that tells me that my shaves are going to be about 28 cents per shave. So Now, I don't do cost per ounce or anything like that because you can't really compare ingredients for ingredients. So this is just kind of an informational video. I may do it with other brands of soap just to kind of see just information out there for people. So if you liked the information you saw in this video, let me know. Maybe you've done some experiments on your own kind of like this. And I had a lot of fun doing this, and I may consider doing it with other soaps. So once again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try my best to answer them. And until next time, we'll see ya. Bye.